Good morning, friends. For those who have found my Pre-Raphaelite technique, I will be having this lovely, gorgeous painting executed back in 2011, almost 11 years ago. It's one of my favorite paintings because unlike the other ones in which I make emphasis in contrasts between light and shadows, what is called chiaroscuro, like shanty, which some people find to be a little bit creepy because of the contrast between light and shadows. In this particular painting, I try to use a scheme of color in which they are to be say more soft and gentle, what you may call neutral. I was able to achieve this effect by combining three colors, or I would say two main colors: Sennelier, Ultramarine Blue, and a premature of brown ochre. And the effects you can see here that it seems to be very neutral and very suitable for the color of marble. Look at there, how lovely the marble is, very convincing and very transparent and so forth. It's based on actually Socrates, the philosopher. And so you can see the face. It was fashioned and modeled also after the face, the phenotypes, the phenotype of Socrates. In the background, you find this lovely landscape. I think that it will need to be smooth because the cracks, the rocks, they seem to be very, very sharp. And in order for me to create a very convincing distance, I would have to soften the edges so as to look far away. The water was painted using ultramarine blue. And I think I will need to tone down the water to make it look more part of the scheme of colors that I already used. One of the theories, when you paint, one of the theories is that every color will need to have a little portion of the colors that you're using as a whole, which means one color can stand in itself. It will need to contain part of the chemistry of the other color. I never use opaque colors. I use transparent colors so that the light can go through, as you can see here. I have a lamp light illuminating the painting so you can see how beautiful it is when it shines on the canvas. The effect is just gorgeous. The light go through the canvas and it bounces off and it produces an effect that luminous effects that I consider to be very, very uplifting and glorious. So basically, I will need to soften the smooth edges. They are too sharp. They tend to be too pronounced. I will need to just make sure that they are not as delineated and defined. More gently blended with the surrounding atmosphere, and that way I have a more I would say a more gentle painting. Well, another thing is that you probably heard of the word sfumato, which means soft edges, and that's what Leonardo da Vinci was known for, having a very masterly command of softening the edges in the face, as opposed to those paintings prior to the Renaissance. For instance, the Northern Europeans, they tended to paint pretty much like drawing, and everything was very, very delineated, and the contours seemed to be very sharp and pronounced. So here I soften the edge, as you can see here, of the face of Shanti. The edge seems to enter very lovely, very gently and very softly into the surrounding darkness. And that is called sfumato, which means smoky edges. So here we need to soften the edges so as to make it look more natural with the surrounding atmosphere. All right, so I hope that you enjoy this painting. It's gonna be here maybe for a few weeks. I don't know, it depends on the owner, whether he will leave it here for more time so that I can really focus all my energy on contriving to create a a work that will follow on the footsteps of Leonardo da Vinci, but also Salvador Dali in the application of transparent colors to enhancing the sense of light. Take care.